must say that I'm very happy to be among you this afternoon, and I feel very privileged to have been invited to this BITB, and very privileged that we have a special country session, actually, this afternoon. Well, you all know it. A couple of weeks ago, well, a little bit more than 10 days from now, one of the most visited monuments in our country, I think the most visited monument in Paris, Cathedral of Paris, the Cathédrale Notre-Dame, was very severely damaged by a fire. And, well, that day, and in the day after this tragic fire, I received dozens of messages from all across India, from people I knew and people I didn't know, you know, expressing solidarity, expressing emotion. And I must say that I've been extremely moved by this flow of solidarity message coming up from all over India, as it was coming from Germany, from Spain, from the United States, from our neighboring countries. And I think it says a lot about the way Paris and France more generally has come within the, I would say, the emotional landscape of Indian people. And obviously as well, in the touristic landscape of India. Well, we will rebuild this cathedral within 5 years. And we'll make sure that in the next 5 years and much further, Paris will remain as magical as it's been for every single visitor. Well, last year, France received a staggering 90 million visitors on its shores. I think the statistics are not yet official, but we crossed last year the 90 million. It will be official within a month or so. But we are pretty sure that we crossed this limit of 90, this milestone of 90 million. And as you may know, we have in focus an objective of 100 million visitors in 2020, which is next year. 100 million visitors, well, even 90 million, makes of France the world first touristic destination. And what is making me, I would say, even prouder is that among these 90 million, we registered in 2017 700,000 Indian visitors, as compared to 350,000 in 2013, which means that we have doubled in 4 years the number of Indian visitors visiting France. We have probably reached 8 lakh people last year. Once again, the statistics will be official in some weeks from now. But we will have more than double the number of Indian visitors coming to France in 4 to 5 years, making France the first destination for Indian visitors in all Europe and one of the top world destinations for Indian tourists. I think that's just the beginning of a trend. Over the past 5 years, the Indian visa applications to France have registered a 180% increase, which is a very striking absurd that is really demonstrating that France is growing in popularity. And well, last year only in 2018, it went up by 15%. And what is even more interesting is that it's now moving out from major traditional cities such as Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore. Moving to the south, when I look at the statistics of our consulate in Chennai, the increase, our consulate in Chennai is processing visa for all south of India, well, except Karnataka. So, well, mostly Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Kerala, and Madhya Pradesh. The increase was by almost 50% last year only. And the reason why I think visitors from India are attracted by France is mostly about variety. It's mostly about what we have to offer, which are not only monuments, not only museums, but also a certain art de vivre, gastronomy, people experience, landscapes, and the capacity of mixing that together to create a real experience. Whether you are a business professional, or you are traveling with your partner, or you're traveling with your family, or you're traveling with a group of friends to have some sports experience, we have to make sure that you will find a product that is as memorable as possible. And we've worked very, very hard on that. When I look at these figures, it's a source of pride, of course, for all of us, but it's also a matter of responsibility. The responsibility to make sure that the offer we are showcasing is the best you can have in all sectors, in all spectrum of the touristic offer. And it requires a lot of work, actually. And it requires a lot of work through our, touristic office in India. Atout France, Chitalman Show is working very hard on that. Through travel agencies, through our hospitality professionals, through our visa processing network. There's been a lot of work over the past years, focusing on each and every aspect of the hospitality chain, if I may say so. Starting from promotion, publicity, increasing the number of film shooting in France, which is absolutely critical, given the strengths of Bollywood in showcasing countries, and especially European countries. Working on our visa processing network, we make sure, since 2015 actually, that every Indian visitor can get a visa within 48 hours. And we are, I think, the only one among the whole Schengen countries to take this commitment that every visa will be processed within 48 hours. That's very important, because if you spend a huge amount of energy just getting a visa, then you'll opt for another destination. And we know it. So you have to be welcome even before you're entering the country. And we make sure of that through our consular offices and through our VFS network of more than 20 centers all across the countries. It requires a lot of work on connectivity. We need more flights to France, especially more direct flights to France. We're working on that with Indian Airlines, with Air France as well. Not only from Delhi and Mumbai, but also from Bangalore, from Chennai, from other cities in India. It requires a lot of work on the hospitality product with hotel groups. I know that Jean-Michel Casset, who is heading Accor Hotel here, will address this issue, but we have to make sure that our Indian visitors feel welcome in our hotels, which means more vegetarian products, which means sometimes a very specific breakfast. I mean, there's nothing more personal than a breakfast. You can enjoy Chinese, Indian food, or Italian food, or Spanish food for whatever meal. But when it comes to your breakfast, you want your breakfast. And I know it as a French, and I know that it's all across the world. And we have these details that we have to work on. We have to make sure that our visitors are getting out of Paris. Well, Paris is an exciting city, but I'm always thrilled now whenever I travel to France to see some Indian visitors, Indian groups in cities like Dijon, in cities like Bordeaux, discovering our wineries in Bourgogne or in Champagne or in the southwest, adventuring themselves outside the French Riviera or just the Paris region. And I think that's the real experience of the country. You'll find it when you get out of the capital. It's true all over the world, but it's especially true in France. And we have to focus also on very fast-growing markets. And I think of two specific kind of products, one being the wedding. I think making France a wedding destination is something we should work on even stronger. It's starting now, but we have beautiful castles, we have beautiful landscapes, we have beautiful hotels where Indian weddings could be as memorable as possible. And we have also to work very much on corporate trips, on MICE. When I look at the statistics, I see that almost 30% of our visitors are coming on corporate trips, actually, in France. This is a growing market. This is a booming market. And there again, we have to work on specific products dedicated to this niche, which are growing very, very fast. We're working on all that. We have a minister, my minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is personally taking care of that, actually. He's understood that tourism was not just a gadget or was not just something you would do when you have time. It's actually one of the major economic sectors of our country. And we have to give a lot of energy on that. And he's really devoted to developing the touristic relationship between France and India. He was actually in Mumbai last December, just chairing a special seminar, a special workshop on tourism. He's planning another workshop in Paris in the coming weeks with all the professionals, all the French touristic industry professionals, specifically dedicated to India. The whole chain of tourism in France is now focusing on this growing market. And I want to make sure that Indian traveler and France are more and more suited together. We are very, very strongly committed to making it work, to proposing to every visitor an experience that will be a lifetime experience, an experience that you repeat as often as possible. And I'm sure that my friends and colleagues who are around this table are working as hard as we are all working between Delhi and Paris on that. Thank you very much. I wish you a very, very productive day, and I really thank you for joining us this afternoon.